Okay, so press record and thank you. Thank you to be here with me, Lisa, and welcome. Thank you, Natalie, to be our French translator for today and for this week. And so, Lisa, we are in my interview series. The name is How to Invite Your Body in the Creation of Your Life. And when I thought about this topic, you of course, you came in my mind because I know you. We had a lot of beautiful times together in La Réunion, where I lived, and also in France now, where I live. And so, just to let people know you live in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
You speak English. You are space whispers. I love that name.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing with you is that today you will talk about spaces with body, says spaces in everything in your life, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to add something before we go in that topic?
I'm grateful to be here. For any of you that don't know, I met Laurence in, I believe it was 2018, and she had been listening to my radio show and had invited me, and I didn't know where it was. I actually thought La Réunion was part of France. And I ended up arriving on this magnificent island, and Laurence hosted me for a class called Creating Conscious Spaces, which is a class that I have translated now into 7 languages. And when we were all traveling, I was traveling around the world facilitating this class. And through that whole process, Laurence and her family went from La Réunion and moved to France, and then she hosted me again in France. So we've been in each other's lives since 2018, and she has a love of spaces and has turned this into this great career with real estate, which I'm excited about for her. And for me, I've continued to teach classes online and when we can in person again. So, and my gift is to share changing the world one space at a time. And I've been invited to speak and keep inspiring people. So people like Laurence wake up and go, oh my God, I have a capacity with spaces, because everyone does. And that's beautiful for me. I get excited, and so this family is growing by leaps and bounds, and Laurence is one of the original. You can't find another magical girl like her. And so yeah, there's lots. If I can let you know at the end of this where you can connect with me if you're want to connect with me. But why don't you ask me the questions that you want to ask? I'm excited to play with spaces and bodies today. Woohoo!
I know. I'm excited too, because the point with you, so we talk about spaces, and from my point of view, a lot of people live in a home, or they work in a space, and they are not aware of that space. They are not aware that it's a conscious space. And actually, the point between the space and the body is that these two are a conscious space. Your body is a conscious space, and your home and your workplace and everything in this planet is a conscious space. And when we talk about that interview series, you said me that you would love to talk about, let me check, Lisa Benitz, so the value of your space for your bodies. What does the value of space for your body means? Creating a nurturing space and the space with your body. So what means creating a nurturing space for your body? Can you talk about that, please?
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so one of the things of working with clients over the years is everybody gets excited at some point to have you walk into their home, or they avoid having you go to their home. Some people make apologize, it's not clean enough, it's not this enough. And so what happens is our spaces are always a reflection of what's going on in our lives. So if you are an unhappy person in your relationship, if you are miserable with your business, if money is drying up, your home is actually going to reflect that, so that it looks like it is either really messy or confused. And when we have that space to go home to, you're adding to this stress within your body. And my target is to show people, and it doesn't matter the size of the home. It has nothing to do with the size of the home, although that's what's really marketed in today's world, the size, the grandiose, the location, everything. It's actually, what is it that you are going to instill into that space that is going to walk into, almost like walking into a spa. And so your whole body just goes, ah, and it's going to be different for everyone. So for a man, it might be a big leather chair that they can lean back in and, turn on the television, and that's their idea of total bliss. A woman might be walking into a space that has no clutter on the floor, maybe some lovely plants, maybe an open, beautiful scenery, a curtain, some artwork. It might have beautiful music. So we love to play with the senses of our bodies that inspire us to walk into a space, as opposed to us walking into a space and going, oh. And we've all done this, where you open a door to a room and you look in and go, oh, I don't want to work in that room right now. And you close the door and you ignore it. We've all done this, everyone. And what happens, however, is your space will keep talking to you and saying, hello, hello, bonjour, bonjour. Help. And if you continue to ignore what's right in front of you, even in your own space, everything in your life is going to start to implode and will become difficult and challenging. And it's like walking through quicksand. It's slow and your body feels yucky. So my target is to have everybody feel light and happy and joyful, even during a pandemic. Right? So that's, we talk about creating a space that is enjoyable and fun, and get rid of all the stuff that doesn't serve you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Thank you for that, because yes, a lot of people are not aware that when you create a space that you are happy in, your
Mm-hmm.
life is going greater and greater because of that, actually. Because when you are at home, you are happy, you like to be at home, your children, your husband, your wife. And so if you have pleasure at home, it means you attract pleasure, you attract beautiful things, beautiful possibilities in your life. And when you say, no, I don't want to see this room, or I don't have time, or I will do it later, or I will sell my home, and then that's okay, you know. It's like you say, okay, I don't want to see that, but as you say, your room say, toc toc, bonjour, toc toc, I'm here, toc toc. And so it's the invitation from your home, from your space, to to sit down and to say, okay, what is going on in my home, what is going on in my life, and everything. And for me, in my real estate business, what I see often is that people try to sell or to buy a new home, but they don't want to check what's happened in their home before selling it, or before finding a new home.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, okay, on that note, that is one of the things that I've acknowledged over the years is people have oh, bonjour, Laurence. That people have they have this natural, and it's very much part of the human nature, where if I ignore it, and maybe I'll sell the home, and that means that I have no problems, and then I go and start fresh in a new home, leave all my old problems behind. And yet that's not what happens. We recreate everything that you have created in the space that you're in right now. You recreate it in your new space. So you've got to be willing to look right up front, like a mirror. You've got to be willing to look at your stuff directly. And if you're not willing to look at it, you're just going to recreate and recreate and recreate. And it follows you no matter what country you move to. And I mean, that was one of the things for you, Laurence, that you were so determined. I've got to sell my house. And it was like, well, that's not really what was going on with her life and her energy of her space. There was something else that needed to occur. And as soon as she chose to move, then everything else, her husband's business, like boom, with less than 24 hours. I mean, it was incredible. When she made the choice to move forward, it wasn't running away from it. She was not going in a pattern that was necessarily what in this reality people assume. You list your house, you do this, you do that. She moved and then got the house sold, and it happened like that, which was phenomenal. So yeah, pretty cool.
Exactly. And what I love to say is, I've tried to sell my home for 4 years. When I met you, when I did the class with you, and when I realized how much I was afraid of that new life, to change, you know, to create all of that stuff. And when I realized that, okay, it's what I choose. I don't know how that will happen. I don't know the how, the when, the how much, or blah, blah, blah. It's just I choose. 2 weeks after that, boom. And before selling the home, I was in a plane with my family, and we were in France, you know. So that's amazing, because if someone say me that maybe 1 year ago, before all of that, I would say, no, there is another problem, you know, because we tend to find the problem instead of the possibilities.
Well, yes. And you had said you had been trying for 4 years, and in 4 years, you, with not at that time knowing, you were distracting yourself from all those whispers. Your husband wanted to move to France, and he was making suggestions, And there was, and we all are stubborn. We all believe, no, 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 before we can do that, we have to do this. And yet your body was going, oh, I'd love to be in France, but I have to be an adult, and I have to be grown up, and I have to be responsible. I can't move to France until I list my house. And as soon as you were seeing, the blinders were taken off, and you got to see, oh my God, this actually would be really fun. And her body, this is the key, is Laurence listened to her body. She stopped going into her mind and trying to overanalyze and make choices based on this reality. She actually followed her knowing. And as soon as she did that, her husband said yes, and boom, boom, boom. Everything just fell into place. And I remember you giggling and saying, can it be this easy? And I said, absolutely. And since that, it was, sometimes we have to experience it in order to believe that this is going to actually occur. And Laurence is the perfect example of that, where she had to experience it. It was uncomfortable, but it was exciting. And as soon as it all came, she kept calling and going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And her body was happy. This is a place that I hope that each of you choose to follow your knowing with your body, because your body won't lie. Your body will always tell you who's the greatest partner, who's the yummiest space to move to. And it might not make sense. You might be going, oh, I've always wanted to live in this country, but no, 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 no. There's a pandemic. I can't do this. I can't do that. Stop.
All right.
Correct. Yes.
Yes. So, for those people who listen to us and they never heard about spaces, conscious spaces, about how to talk to your home or all that stuff, and what would you want to say them to see if there is any uncomfort in their home? I mean, how to see what's going on in my life and what's happened in my home, and how to see the point.
Okay, well, I'll put it together as easily as possible. Of course, going through a more lengthy process in a class is going to give people perhaps a little bit more in depth, but the very basic tool that I give to everyone out there is, one of the things that I would invite you to do is walk from the exterior of your home and photograph it. Photograph don't clean it. Don't do anything. Like first thing this morning or last thing at night, photograph your home in all the different angles, every single room, and then put those photographs up on the biggest screen you could possibly put up. And at the same time, I would like you, instead of critiquing it, I want you to write a list of all the things that you're desiring in your life. Detail it. If you're in a relationship, what would you desire from the relationship you're currently in? If you're not in a relationship, what are you desiring from your future partner? What are you looking for? If you're in business, what is that? What do you desire for your business? And money and health, everything. Write it all out. And then as you're looking at the list, we have this assumption. Each one of us has an assumption that we assume that in order to get this, we have to create this. And we might make excuses and say, it's not good enough, it's not big enough, it's not this enough. No, don't do that. Look at the photographs and now go, oh, okay. So in North America, we have a television show that we kids used to watch called Sesame Street. And I don't know if they have it in France, but there was a little song and it used to say, one of these things belongs with another. And one of these things is not the same. So it's like if you took a photograph and you had an exercise bicycle in your bedroom, for example, I would be saying, so are you going to bed looking at an exercise bicycle, wishing that you had exercise today, and at the same time you're telling your body that it needs to go to bed and be nurtured and sleep? It doesn't work, because it's going to talk to you. That exercise bicycle is going to have this conversation with you the whole time that you're trying to sleep, and it doesn't belong in the bedroom. Take it out. Like, look at what's going to nurture your body in your bedroom. What's going to nurture your business in your office? What's going to nourish your body in the kitchen? What's going to nourish your body in your living room? Like, look at what doesn't belong in this space. This by far is one of the greatest tools. And for people to see their photograph or of their space blown up, it's like, oh my God, I've been walking by that pile of things for years and I've forgotten about it, but it still talks to you.
Exactly. The exercise you actually you talk about taking a picture of your home from outside and from every room in your home. I remember the first time we did that in La Réunion to a client of you, and then we did that again when I was in France. You were in a class,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember each time that how much when we are in our home, we don't see everything actually, because we open the door, we go in the kitchen, in the bathroom, we eat, and then we go to bed, and then the day after we go to the shower, we eat the breakfast, and we go outside to walk or to work or for everything. And all of a sudden, when you take a picture of your home and you sit and you look at it and you say, wow, what is that? What is that? I have that here, I have that here, you know? And all of a sudden, you realize that every day you are here, but you are not aware of what you have in your home, if you like that or not, if you need it or not, you know. It's like you do it like I mean what, like a robot, you know. And then all of a sudden you say, wow, what all of that stuff. And also at the beginning, when you talk about when people don't want to clean their home, or they don't want to see what they have in, and if they need, or if maybe they can sell it, they can give it, you know. It just to say, I have a friend of my daughter, and each time my daughter wants to see to go to that friend, the mom say, no, the room it's not clean. The room it's not clean. And after 1 year, they have moved in another city, and I say to myself, wow, 1 year later, she keeps saying to my daughter, no, my room it's not clean. And I say, wow, I don't know if people are aware that every day you say, my room it's not clean, I can't invite people, I can't do that, you can't come to my home. What is that? Oh my God, what is that?
Well, and interesting, there, as long as you say, my room is not clean, my home is a mess, guess what you're going to continue to create? You're going to create this wind tunnel within your home of confusion that you will never complete projects, that you're going to be going around in circles. And so how many people here actually find themselves doing this. And what you're doing is you are actually deflecting or pushing away receiving everything that you've ever desired. So you have this list that you made of all the things that you're desiring, and yet you've created a space that won't receive. And so, cool. We don't necessarily know it until it's brought and you're face to face with it. And so my job, and I know for Laurence, it's like, where are you not willing to see where you're not receiving from everything? And when you actually eliminate the stuff, your space has room to breathe. It has room to receive all this yummy energy, and you have no idea what's coming down that's coming towards you, but the universe is ready to create with you. They see the list, they know it's there, but you keep blocking it and distracting yourself from actually receiving. So, and I'm sure, Laurence, you've seen this within the real estate business. People finally fix everything. They clean it up, they declutter, and then they look at their homes and go, "Ooh, God, I love my home." They remember why they fell in love with their space. And then they stand and look at their space, because now they've taken professional photographs of their homes. Everything's put away, everything's cleaned up, and they look at their home and go, "Oh, wow, maybe I shouldn't sell."
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. I love that. And that are some easy tools that everyone can do in their home, you know. So really, my invitation with you today and with that program too is really to let people know that, okay, what if after that interview, after watching that interview, people go in their home and look at every room and say, what is going on here? I love that. I don't love that. What is that? You know? And I remember one of my first clients, she has 7 children. I don't know how she does that, but 7 children. And she has a big home with 2 bathrooms and 2 toilets for, 9 people. And the day I was there, everyone used the same bathroom and also toilets. And I was sleeping there. And the day after, she asked me if it was good or blah, blah, blah. And I took my courage and I said her, no, I didn't sleep well. Your home, it's not clean. You know, I was honest and I say, okay, I have to say you that because I know you. And after that, do what you want. And after that, she realized that a lot of things in her bathroom, she had a memory of where she was young, and she had some sexual abuse from someone in her family, and the energy, because it was in the bathroom, and she created this bathroom in the same energy of the past, you know, and anyone in her family wanted to use that bathroom, even her daughter. And after we talk about that, she realized that it was the same energy of the bathroom in the past. And because of that, she was in the shops. She changed everything. She get a lot of awareness. And even now, she said me, wow, thank you for that, because all the energy of my home has changed because of this bathroom.
One space
One space
and,
at a time.
yeah, and you know, the beauty of this, Laurence, is what a gift you were to the we sometimes require someone to come in and show us what you recognize as being familiar energy. So an energy that you grew up with, whether it was kind or abusive. We can create that energy in our next home, and we live with it because that's what we knew growing up. And then it takes somebody to come in and go, whoa, there's something really not healthy here. There's something here that isn't kind for your family or your body. And having that conversation with someone such as yourself or myself, where they go, wow, I had no idea. And as soon as that light bulb goes off, it's magic. They got there. She was, I'm going to change this, because she didn't want abuse anymore. She just didn't recognize that she was creating. Again, there's that list of what you're desiring in your life, but your space reflects an old energy, an old pattern that actually isn't in alignment. And we can show you through photographs or through different techniques where you can change that, what's going on in your space, to actually reflect what you're desiring in your life. And as soon as you get that, magic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God. I really hope that for all the people who are here or will listen in the future, that they will perceive what we want to share, you and me, you know, that how much our home, how much our spaces are conscious, and how much you can change your life if you listen your home, if you listen your spaces.
Yes. Does anyone have any questions that's here? Or?
Maybe, that would be great. Nathalie, do you have French question?
No, there is no French people at the moment.
Okay.
But I have a question.
Okay.
So, like, it is possible to change the energy of our home to make it match what we desire.
Absolutely.
And do we sometimes have to move anyway, or it's always possible to make it match?
Okay, great. Okay, great question. So the one thing that I'm going to suggest for everyone is you've got to be willing to do the work with yourself and the space that you're currently in order to create what you're desiring going forward. And it might just be a bathroom or a drawer or a closet. It might not be redoing a whole home, but the moment you change the energy, just like you change clothing on your body, the moment you change the energy of your space, it's going to be more in alignment with what you're desiring. So you don't have to move to create what you're desiring. My target is, let's work with the space you're currently in, and then see if there's a possibility of a new space, or maybe renovating or changing up things within your space. It's kind of fun. It's like going to the hairdresser and getting a new hairstyle and new makeover, right? It's like going to the spa within your own home, but you are the one that does all the magic.
Yes, exactly. Is it good for you, Nathalie?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Merci. There's a Florence.
Laurence?
Yes, yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, hello, thank you very much for your intervention, because it's very, very interesting. What kind of advice would you tell to a people, and it's me, who would like to change the place where I live, because it's too little for me for the moment, And I work in my house, but it's too little. I need to move, but I don't have any money to do it. I think I don't have the money to do it.
Okay. Okay.
So I hesitate in creating more space by putting something out, for example, and make the exercise you proposed, or definitely to move. So
cool. Okay, so let me ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So what is too small for you? What is that?
I don't have any space to be who I am now, because this apartment, I chose it 18 years ago. And when I finished the foundation class in the 6 years ago, when I came back home, I just felt very stressed. You know, it was very, very too little. And we are with my boyfriend. We are two in this apartment, and this apartment at the origin, it was just for me. And I received my clients as well, you know, in this area. So there's a lot of confusion. I know I must be very. I can't manage now to I don't know the word, ranger, to separate from things that I do not need anymore. I can't put myself on the road, you know, for that. So it's quite confused.
Okay, so Laurence, you're creating a distraction right now by saying you can't, and good for you to acknowledge that. So yes, the very, very first thing you're going to do is you're going to write your list of everything you desire, okay? From the space that you're in, because what's happened, this is really key, is you left your home and you went and you took a class and you yourself became more expansive. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Energetically, you're expansive.
Yeah. Yes.
And you returned home to an older energy. And what I suggest for anyone, whenever they go traveling, whenever they go and take a class, you take your space with you energetically. So that, and I do this with animals and everything, so that your children, if you have children, your boyfriend, you take their energy, you invite them into the creation of everything that you're doing. Because what's going to happen when you walk into that home, they're already meeting the vibration. So it doesn't look odd. It doesn't look unfamiliar. It doesn't look strange. And so now you're going to have a conversation with your space and say, okay, I'm giving you a job. I'm asking for the space and the space that you're currently in to be expansive, to expand out, right? And yeah, kind of cool. You just have to have a conversation with it. And in the moment you put it out there, it's going to expand for you. So take a photograph of your everything in your space, and don't blame your boyfriend for his things. Don't blame him.
How did you know?
because I do. Your space has a conversation with me. I call me a little psychic, but spaces have always had a conversation with me. So it's not your boyfriend's fault. So this whole thing of, it was my space before he came in, is not coming from a space of co-creation. It's not coming up from a space of gratitude, and it's not coming from a space of, what would you both like to create together? So have him he makes a separate list. And don't give him any hard time about what his list is, because he might love being in the space with you, because he sees you from all angles. He likes to watch your body. He wants to cuddle with you. And his concern might be a larger space. I won't spend so much time with her. I won't see her body walking back and forth into the kitchen. And men like to see their women.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow, how blessed are you that you have a man that loves you and enjoys you. And so get out of defending the space as though it's a single space, because spaces don't have a point of view.
Uh-huh.
You have the point of view. So you've got to give your space a new job, and it's a co-creation. Photograph it and ask him, if you could do anything to the space, what would you love to do? And give him the tools to go ahead and choose anything he'd like to do. Anything. What would he like to get rid of? He's very aware. He's very aware. He's just not speaking up because he doesn't want to offend you or hurt your feelings.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Yeah.
So first of all, I will do that. I will ask my partners to expand out. That's right. And just to let me know whether you want to keep or not. That's right. Did I understand?
Yes. And you're also going to make your list, have your boyfriend make his list, and literally you be willing to hold on to something, an object, and look at it and go, hey, be in gratitude for whatever it is, and be willing to let it go. Like, okay, cool. Give it away, sell it, throw it away if it's broken and you haven't fixed it for the last 10 years. You've got to be willing to let things go. And hey, it's the greatest weight loss program ever.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Merci
Thank
beaucoup.
you very much.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
That's cool. And let me know. So share the photographs with me, the before and after, because I've watched a woman create a multi-million-dollar business from a closet. So when people say that their spaces are too small, I'm going to call bullshit on that. Yeah. Just ask for the space to expand out to match the energy of what you're desiring, and your space is right there. It's ready. Stop judging.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Woohoo. That was fun.
Yes, thank you.
And does Susanna have any questions? I see a Susanna.
Susanna?
Bonjour, Susanna.
Well, by the way, before we finish, and if Susanna come, so if people want to follow you or to listen your radio show, can you say us where they can do that?
Yes. So thank you. The radio show, I've been on the radio for over 6 years now. It's called Inspired Choices Network is the network. And my show is Infinite Energies with Lisa. And I talk about spaces. I also have a YouTube channel under Lisa Benitz. You can follow me on Instagram under Infinite Energies, Facebook under Infinite Energies, and I have a private Facebook group called Creating Conscious Spaces. There is a new class that is coming out, and you'll hear about it in the next couple of days here. It's basically how to create more money from your home office. Because of the pandemic, I've had many people reach out and they've had to create their business in their homes, and it's worldwide. So it's getting people to get out of that temporary mindset, and this may be their new reality of working from home. So how are they going to do that successfully and create income and money and joy and happiness, and get out of the mindset of things are too small and too busy and people are in my space and all of that.
By the way,
so stay tuned.
Yes, by the way, in the email I will send at the end of the week with all the replay, I will put for each, for everyone, I will put your name and your email. So anyone in French or in English can send you a message, can contact you and ask you what they have to ask you, actually. And, yes. And for those of you who don't speak English, you can contact me and I can introduce you to Lisa to give you anything. So me and Natalie, we are your French translator. So if anyone needs something, please contact us.
Yes, thank you. You've become a dear friend, and who knew the journey from 2018 to 2020 would be where we are today. So I'm excited.
Yes. Oh my God. For sure.
Right?
2 years ago when I contact you, I was not aware that we will create that today. Oh, no. Yes, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Laurence, for your question. Thank you, Natalie, for your translation.
Merci.
And
Merci beaucoup.
yes, have fun.
Thank you very much.
And see you soon.
Okay.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.